through urine, bile, and stool. So we need all these nutrients for phase 1 to work. We need all these nutrients for phase 2 to work. So let's just say, for example, estrogen comes through phase 1. A toxic molecule gets pulled on top of that, making it estrone. There's forms of estrone that cause cancer. Well, we better get it water soluble so that it can come out of our body, but problem is most people have a problem with phase 2 making it water soluble. So if we don't have phase 2 roaming around very well and making things come out of our body, they will recirculate in our body. And they will attach to places causing cancer and bad things to happen, okay? That's just an example. All our hormones get processed through testosterone to DHT. Okay, so all these toxins can roam if we don't have a properly functioning liver. This is our make it or break it organ. It is our filter. It has to work in order for the oil to get through there. You get a backup of oil, then our engine isn't going to work properly. So this is the whole rhyme and reason to phase 1 and phase 2 of the liver. Okay, so this is really important to always, and that's why I say, okay, you just got done with your Clearvite, now we're going to do NutriClear, or we're going to do Amazing Grass Superfood, or we're going to do Garden of Life Raw Organic Protein, right? Because it's got stuff in there to help these phases, right? They've got vegetables and vitamins and minerals and fruits and broken down things that are already pre-digested that will absorb. So that's why ongoing are always going to have you be doing something.
So Clearvite covers
exactly, and ongoing NutriClear, anything else that we
NutriClear.
talk about or whatever it is. There's OptiCleanse. Some of you have different powders on. It's for a rhyme and a reason. Some people have autoimmune, some people don't. Okay, so that's why that is really, 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 really important. Okay, so we really helped the liver, and when you went back to bringing foods back in, the liver's clean, and it noticed what foods the body didn't like, and you recognized what foods those might be. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Yeah. Okay. Our gallbladder is another one that's really super important because bile is made in the liver, but bile is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, the gallbladder is a little thing off of the liver that stores our bile, and when we eat fat, right, what happens with fat, you have an oily pan, and you put soap in it and water, and you mush it around. Then you see these little like globules, right? Okay, it got emulsified, and the liquid with the soap, or the I guess the soap act as an emulsifier, right? To help bring the liquid and the fat together, like little beads. And then you can wash your pan, and the oil doesn't stay in the pan; it goes off with the water because they're little globules. Okay, does that make sense? Same in our body. In our digestive system, if we have fat, the bile comes out and lipase comes out, right? Because it's going to do some lipids, break down some lipids, because we want those big lipids, those big fat molecules to be broken down into little triglycerides so that they can be absorbed in our small intestine. However, if we don't have a gallbladder and we don't have bile, then we're not digesting our fats. Now we have stomach issues. Now we have gas and bloating, and we're going to have fast transit through, we're going to have diarrhea. Let's just cut to the chase, no fast transit. It's going to be diarrhea. Okay, it's just going to come right out of us because we're not going, so what bile does, it acts like the soap. And it emulsifies the fat, and it carries this fat molecule down to the small intestine that absorbs right there. And the small intestine absorbs our fat so that it can be absorbed in our body to help our cells and our brain and all the other stuff that we need fat for. Okay? So if we have a problem with fat digestion, like gas and bloating, a lot of you needed bile support, like actual bile, and sometimes it actually gives hydrochloric acid in the same combination. So if you have this digestive enzyme that has oxbile and hydrochloric acid in it. If some of you have a gallbladder but you're sluggish, I'm going to help you thin out your bile a little bit with another supplement and help you support that. So that's just something.
So if you have no gallbladder,
Yep.
you're not having any symptoms, that's okay?
So I would still support it.
Is this what you gave me this?
The Beta Plus.
I have a hernia and a gallbladder, so she's doing this class for me, really.
So
That's what
you
this
have,
does?
you have a gallbladder or you don't?
I
have-
don't have a
Yeah,
gallbladder.
right, so
And
that
I have-
actually,
and I have
yeah,
her,
so read
yeah.
what it says in the back there. So it actually says, so what is it? It has some oxbol or whatever that is, but it's got supportive care for digestion.
Yeah, ox bile, ox
Mhm.
bile extract.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Mm.
cause we really need it. So,
Yeah.
we should talk about that though, because you need support, Lisa.
Would it be fair to say, if you got in trouble because of what you ate and you lost your gallbladder and you continue to eat the way you did and you don't have the bile to digest your food, that you're really seriously in trouble? Would that be a fair
Yeah,
statement?
I would say over time, you'll have some issues.
I've not had mine for 28 years, and I didn't have any issues till recently.
Or none that you recognized?
I didn't have any digestive issues till the last couple of years, because they told me I didn't need it. I
Right.
didn't need
Well,
my
but
gallbladder.
maybe you changed your.
So she might have had enough
things you-
enzymes to maybe help with the digestion of her fats, but over time,
Yeah,
not good. It just
Uh.
kinda exacerbated on her.
yeah.
And someone that's actually conscious of what she's eating too, at the same
Yeah.
time though.
Well,
This is a conscious person that's been eating well for many years.
Yeah.
So,
Couldn't
yeah, so
understand why I was
she
really
already
sick.
was having very, very strict dietary regimen already, but then noticed changes because we need fat in our diet anyway.
So you stayed away from fats?
No, I eat fat.
Oh, you did?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's fat in almost everything, in chicken and
Well, to some degree,
nut
yeah.
butters, nuts, and yeah. This has really helped me a lot. So,
Yep,
yeah.
yep, so, okay, so emulsified fats, bone broth is really good.
What is?
Bone broth.
Oh, yeah.
Tums is a calcium supplement like calcium carbonate, but it doesn't absorb it, it neutralizes stomach acid. So Tums, it's like a calcium, but it's like so not absorbable. You literally need a pestle and in order to. Mortal and pestle.
So it's, Tums is really not good
It's
for you.
really
It's just
bad.
Yes.
Mortal and pestle. Oh my God.
There you go.
Right. So the calcium carbonate is just really bad. They're big tubs. It won't break down. So bone broth is the better way to go to get calcium if you're going to do it right. It's the way to go. There's a recipe back there, I think, and we talked about bone broth. Okay, so the pancreas again. So we're going to move on down the line.